Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you what to do when you're feeling stressed out or really stuck in your life. A lot of us go through at least once in our lifetime when we don't feel like things are going well for us, when we're feeling stuck, when we don't know what's happening or what our future is going to look like. Sometimes we go through many of that in our lifetime, not just once. How do you overcome that? And this is totally something I recently watched Jay Shetty's video. So I wanted to mention his name because I learned this from him. So thanks for that. So let's dive in. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity and empowering people to live their life to their fullest potential. We're all divine beings. We have the capability to create our life the way we want it. So let's make it beautiful together. So let's dive in. So today's video, as I mentioned earlier, I watched Jay Shetty's video recently regarding what you should be doing if you feel stuck in your life or in any situation you're feeling stressed out. Then how do you overcome this? So many of us go through changes in our life. It could be, changing jobs, changing the location you live in. You could be changing to a different country, relocating yourself to a different country. Going through marriage is a big change in your life, or relationships, breakups, whatever you're going through. Changes usually bring us a little bit of stress because we don't know how it's going to turn out to be. You're testing the waters, you're testing how it's going to be, you're trusting the process, of course, but then you don't know how the end result is going to be. So usually in that position, you feel stressed out. Even if you're not stressed out, sometimes if changes are not happening in your life, at the same time, you feel like you want some momentum, because living is basically moving forward, always evolving yourself. And if you don't do that, sometimes people feel like they're stuck in some situation, or even in a period of time where they feel like they're not doing anything productive, or don't know where to move forward with. And we all go through that. No one's perfect, and it's okay to go through that. So the first thing I want to tell you is that don't be hard on yourself. It's okay to feel that way, and just know that this too will pass, and you will, things will clear up, you will move forward. But you need to take those actions. You can't just sit in one spot and expect things to clear up. You also need to put your actions into it. One of the things that I really liked what Jay Shetty mentioned is often people celebrate when they see successes, which is important. You need to learn to celebrate even the slightest successes, even the slightest happiness. It's important to share with our loved ones. Even just to take care of yourself, it's important. But even if you just go out with your family, and friends, and celebrate that moment, it's important. But sometimes people get stuck into that moment that they don't focus on, going back to the training, going back to putting their action in. And the same thing happens. In fact, it happens more often when it's negative. So people tend to live in the past experience, live in, if something bad happens, Jay Shetty says, just cry for a day. Because sometimes people just live in that moment, relive it and relive it, and it becomes a month. Sometimes it even becomes a year, which is really bad because you're wasting so much energy and time that you could be doing something else. I'm not saying it's easy. I have been through a loss myself, where I lost my brother, and sometimes emotions come up, and it's okay to grieve, and grieving takes a different form for everyone, and it's okay to do that. But you have to recognize when it's grieving and when it's living in the past. When it's grieving, you need to go through the emotions, and everyone's experience is different, so I can't compare mine with yours. But at the same time, feeling sorry for yourself is not going to benefit you. If you're always in that situation where you're feeling sorry for yourself and saying, I'm in a bad place, things are always happening bad for me, why is it always me? Or when you have that victimizing yourself or feeling sorry for yourself, and maybe things are happening that way, but it's in that moment when you start labeling, when you start saying that things are bad for you, It's energy. Everything holds energy. So anything you say, you think, you feel, you are going to give out energy towards that. So when that energy is so negative, what are you going to be attracting? What is law of attraction? Whatever you give out, whatever you feel, you think, you create. We are creators. So the more you feel, the more you label things that way, that's what you're going to be attracting. And you're going to be going through the cycle of creating all these negative events and being in that same situation all the time if you don't snap out of it. So I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy. And sometimes you need to get outside help. So be comfortable in accepting the fact that you need help. You don't have to do it yourself. That's why we have loved ones around us. And even if you don't want to go to people that you know, there's always support system out there. So make sure you get the help you need. But at the end of the day, instead of labeling any situation as bad, what I learned from Jay Shetty recently is, instead of labeling, look at it neutrally. Okay, neutralize your experience. Instead of saying this is bad or this is good, instead of labeling it, just neutralize it. Because the minute you label, and I like this, the minute you label, you limit yourself. Because let's say, and this was an example that Jay Shetty gave as well, if you read a book and even before you read it, you look at the cover and you say it's bad, you're not going to want to continue reading it. And it's like labeling a person. The minute you say, oh, that person's bad, you're not going to give yourself the opportunity to learn from that person or get the experience from that person. So that's why even, and I say this in most of my videos, you know, the masters and gurus, especially with online social medias, there's so many people out there. But instead of saying this person's bad, this person's good, all that, you should just be having a neutral mindset and just, you know, learn from, because you can technically learn from anyone. That's what I strongly believe. Anyone and everything in life teaches us something. You can definitely learn, and you can also give back. So instead of labeling things, keep that consistency of learning from it, taking value from it, and giving value as well. Because at the end of the day, we are here to provide service as well. Our life purpose is to also provide service, our bigger life service. So in that sense, you can also provide your services, but instead of labeling and living in the past and feeling sorry for yourself, just keep it neutralized where you can have that open mindset to learn from your experiences and moving forward, because every situation is going to be changing. And if you limit yourself, then you kind of limit yourself from things changing for you. So I hope that was helpful for you. Instead of living in the past, just like live in the moment, learn from things and keep moving forward. One of the things I liked from Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk book, if you haven't read it, you should look into reading it. It's very helpful. He basically says our life purpose is like a jewel, a gem. Would you be walking around with your jewel just like not protecting it? No, you have to protect your jewel. It's your rare jewel that you know, it's just for you. So you have to protect it. There might be people that might devalue it. They might say, oh, it's not good, but whatever. It's not about what other people think. You know, it's your purpose. So if you keep reminding yourself of your life purpose, then it's kind of easy to get yourself out of that stuck feeling or out of that stressful situation, because you're so focused on living your life purpose. So protect your life purpose, remind yourself of what that is all the time, and then keep moving forward. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please click the thumbs up button. And also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys. I'm really empowered to helping others live their life to their fullest potential, living your best version of you. So let's do it together. Until then, namaste.